Hi, I'm Ilabasmati. Today we have a new topic, please. The title is The Pacific Coast Architecture, William Wilson Wurster. It was an American architect and engineer and architectural teacher at the University of a very famous University of California, Berkeley, and a very famous Michigan Institute of Technology, where in this time give class Mies van der Rohe, Marcel Breuer, well, very famous architect. Best known for his residential design in California. Wurster was born on 20 October of 1895 in Stockton, California. His family encouraged him to observe, read and draw, but Wurster often admitted later in life to holding more of an intellectual gift rather than a drawing gift. As a child, he held a close relationship with his father, a banker who on bank holidays and weekends would take Wurster to observe the town to show him how it's functioning. This Wurster later reflect was to show him the working rather than the structure of the city. During his years at the Stockton Public High School, Wurster worked in the office of Edgar B. Brown, an Englishman known for designing the Stockton Hotel and the Children's Home of Stockton, who was often regarded as one of the Stockton's most influential architect. While there he acted as an office boy, drawing plans, making measure drawing and doing the blueprinting, allowing his early interest in architecture. Once graduating from high school in 1912, Wurster's parents strongly believed they should acquire a university education and encouraged him to attend the architecture school at the University of California, Berkeley, which was headed at the time of founding director and renowned architect John Galen Howard. Wurster enrolled at the university in 1930, receiving a classical fine arts education from notable Berkeley teachers such as Warren Perry and William Hayes. While there, Wurster joined the Sigma Chi fraternity, where he was taught both to get with people, express himself. He was shy at the beginning. When a physical element kept Wurster from voluntary military service in war first, he studied marine engineer at the University of California, Berkeley, and joined the American Marine in 1918. In 1990, once had completed the year's tours of duty in the South Pacific, he returned to the university to graduate with honors in architecture. Following his graduation, Wurster briefly apprentice of the office John W. Wright Jr. as San Francisco architect who worked mainly on a school before Wurster became the architectural designer of Charles Dean in 1920. For the next 2 years, he worked designing the city of Sacramento's water filtration plant. During this time, he also worked independently, designing several small residences. In April 1922, he became a registered architect within California. Following this, Wurster embarked on a tour of Europe where he encountered art and design he has previously only known through the books, before returning to the United States in 1923 and heading to New York, where he joined the office of Delano and Aldrich, who were known for the works of the John D. Rockefeller Estate, Pocantino Hills, and Otto Kahn Chateau and Cold Spring Harbor. In 1924, William Adams Delano lent Wurster money to open his own office, and he returned to the Bay Area to open it in the Hotel White Cotton in Berkeley. Wurster remained strongly associated through his 45-year career with the Bay Area and his regional style, along with Wurster's mentor Bernard Marbeck. The landscape architect, with the Bay Bastamento Bernard, the landscape architect Thuman Church, and fellow architect Joseph Elterick. In 1920 and 1940, Wurster designed 200, I suppose. He worked like architect 45 years. At the end, did of Parkinson. 100 of California houses through using indigenous material and a direct, simple style suited to the climate. His 1928 Gregory farmhouse in Scott Valley, California, is regarded as the prototypical ranch-style house and a direct influence of the subsequent development of the Northwest regional style of John Geon and Pietro Belluschi. Our architect tell that the international style was dogmatic, and they'll try to organize a new way. In 1930, Wurster hired his first long-term employee, Floyd Comstock, setting the trend of the Wurster office, serving as the training ground of many generations of architects who worked within the firm during its life. In 1940, Wurster married with Catherine Boyer, that is an activist. Today it will be an activist, an influential figure in her own right in the field of public housing. He met Boyer while both were attending the Harvard Graduate School of Design, where they took class from the German socialist city planner Martin Wagner. Wurster graduate studies at Harvard were interrupted when he was appointed dean of the Architecture and Planning School at Massachusetts Institute of Technology in MIT. In 1945, a position he held for 5 years. During 1949 and 1950, he simultaneously held the chair of the National Park and Planning Commission. Both Bauer and Wurster withstood accusation of disloyalty from the California Tenant Committee during the Red Scare of the late 1940s. Also, in 1945, Wurster co-founded the firm Wurster, Bernardi and Emmons, WBE, with Theodore Bernardi and Don Emmons. 1950, who was named Dean of the UC Berkeley, Dean, the chief. Architecture School. 1959, he orchestrated the creation of the UC Berkeley's College of Environment. In 1959, College of Environmental Design, which brought the three schools of architect, landscape, architecture, and urban planning into organization. He served as its dean until his retirement in 1963 for health reasons. Parkinson. Bayer Wurster Hall, is which the college is housed, is named in his and his wife honor. It was originally named Wurster Hall and renamed in 2020 or 2020 Bayer Wurster Hall in December 2020. Wurster died on September 19, 1973 from the complication of Parkinson's disease. That's all. Thanks so much for all. Until tomorrow, artists or literature. Bye.